Hey everybody, thanks for tuning in to Tips from Toby on caring for your loved one. I just want to again thank all of you caregivers out there who get up every day and provide excellent care for your loved one. No one knows what you go through every day unless they go through it. So I'm just here to help you help your loved one. Today I want to talk about falls and falling. So falls can become very problematic. There's a number of reasons that people fall, but first I just want you to understand what a fall is. A fall is any unintentional landing on the ground. So I've had people tell me when I ask them, has your loved one had any falls recently? They'll say, well, she slipped out of the wheelchair and just her bottom just went to the floor. But she didn't hurt herself, and it wasn't really a fall. But it really was a fall. So anytime somebody lands on the floor, for whatever reason, it's a fall. Something like that you're probably not going to get hurt from, or sometimes they might tear their skin on the wheelchair peg or something like that. But the really serious falls occur, of course, when people lose their balance and just go crash into the floor. And that's when they may break a hip or an arm or something like that. Falls are among the top reasons that people over the age of 65 end up in the emergency room, and that is injuries due to falling. So if you notice that your loved one has fallen once or twice or 2 or 3 or 4 times, it's probably time to call your physician and get them in for an appointment. Sometimes just a little bit of physical therapy can help with people regaining some balance and strength. So that's one good way to prevent continued falling. Sometimes people fall because there's poor lighting, they can't really see where they're going. As we get older, our vision naturally gets worse. We don't really realize it sometimes. Sometimes there's a rug on the floor that people trip on, or maybe there's an electrical cord or something like that. So just removing barriers is a really good way to prevent falling. Another really prevalent reason that people fall is because they just simply refuse to ask for help or use a device. So you as the caregiver can help encourage them get over that mental barrier against calling for help or asking for help or using a walker or a cane. So keeping the device, whether it's a cane or a walker, by the patient is really a good reminder, instead of having the walker over, across the room from the bed. It's a good idea to have the walker right beside the bed, or if they're sitting in the living room, to have their walker or cane right beside the chair so that they can remember to use it when they get up. So just some positive reinforcement with that might help a little bit. Just talking to them might help a little bit, or you can even just use the device and just kind of tease them about it. So I'm going to use your cane today, Mom, and just kind of tease her about it and make it a little bit light about it. But the use of that device can prevent falls. So when your loved one falls, if they can get up, you can help them up. But if you're helping them to the bathroom, for instance, or if you're helping them ambulate, and they begin to fall and it's clear that they are going down, the best thing that you can do is just help them to the ground to break that fall. If you try to prevent a fall from happening that's going to happen anyway, you might end up hurting your own self. So sometimes it's just best to just lower them to the ground. You can try to get them up. There's several techniques. I don't know that we're going to talk about that today, but you can, if you can't get your loved one up, or you're not sure if they're injured, just go ahead and call EMS and let them know that your loved one is on the ground. So there are some devices available the alert necklaces or bracelets that your loved one can have if they're staying home alone. Those are relatively inexpensive. I believe for a monthly service fee, maybe 30, 35 bucks, something like that. But if your loved one's home by themselves, they really need to have one of those if they're falling. So just be sure that your lighting is good, that they have their needs met. If they're going to be sitting for a while, make sure they have a snack beside them, make sure they have water beside them, their book or whatever they want to read is beside them, the TV tuner is beside them. If they're going to be sitting for a while, just go ahead and maybe help them to the toilet first before they get settled in, so they don't have to feel like they have to rush to get up. If your loved one is having some functional incontinence that they feel like they need to race to the bathroom, sometimes just having a bedside commode can help as well, so that they can just use that closer distance. So many times falls do happen in the bathroom or are toilet related. So just removing those hazardous things off the floor, make sure there's a night light on at night, and making sure that they have everything that they need can be just a few things that you can do to help your loved one prevent falling. So I hope this helps you, and that your loved one stays safe and free from injury due to falling.